My name is Carol Singer, and I'm a professor in the Library Teaching and Learning Department, which means I'm a reference and instruction librarian. When I was a student, I worked in the circulation department and the stacks unit, and came back here 17 years ago to work as a reference and instruction librarian. The library first opened a few years before I got here, but it was still very, very new when I became a student here, and it was much, much larger than what had been available. And when you look at pictures, what you see is people that they're seated, cheek by jowl, one right next to each other. You came over here and there was more space. There was, of course, they increased their buying, so there were more resources to use. And when something's nice and new, I mean, you came in the front door, they had nice furniture that you could sit in and study and wait for your friends. They had on both the north and south, they had inner courtyards that were all planted with shrubs, and so there were chairs around them so you could sit around them in the middle of winter and here the sunlight would come in. It was just so pleasant. I would say the really biggest difference is that back then all you had was what was in the building. If you couldn't find it in the building, you didn't have access. So the whole challenge was, how do you find enough to do your paper? Now it's totally the opposite. You've got so much, it's almost overwhelming, and it's how do we find what are the best things for you to use?